In this day and age, we have finally, as a society, mostly accepted that there are more than just men and women when it comes to gender. On questionnaires, quizzes, and personality tests, it is often that when asked which gender the user identifies with, an other option is included along with the usual male and female. However, this other option makes it really difficult to analyze data regarding gender because other is super broad and doesn't give much information besides that the user doesn't identify with as male or female. So for this reason, I'll be mainly comparing men and women in this investigation, and I'm going to be looking at the personality trait differences among men and women. So for this investigation, I used a Cartel's 16 Personality Factors Quiz CSV dataset that I found online. I was originally looking for a Myers-Briggs type indicator dataset, but I found this one instead. And the dataset contains the answers or ratings out of 5 that each participant selected for each personality trait statement. So the user was asked to rate how strongly they agreed with the statement, with 1 being strongly agree or strongly disagree, and 5 being strongly agree. Each question tells the quiz algorithm information about one of the 16 personality traits that the quiz is testing for. So here are the 16 traits. The dataset also included the participants' age, country, confidence in answer accuracy, source, and time elapsed from when they started the quiz, and when they ended the quiz. And this is part of the code that came with the dataset. So this is what the original dataset looks like. It's kind of weirdly formatted. You can see that up here the headers or the variable names, they aren't lined up at all with the values below. So I put it into SAS and reformatted the CSV file. Here you can see my code at the top. And then I also changed the table to display the means for each observation for each trait, and you can see my code for that here at the bottom. I was really excited to use SAS a little bit in this project because I had just learned SAS in a stats class that I had just taken, and I think it's a great data analytics tool to use. So next I exported it back out as a new CSV file, and this is what it looked like after reformatting it in SAS. So next I imported the new CSV file into a pandas data frame using Python code. You can see me importing it using Python code up here, and this is the data table that I created in pandas. And then here, also in pandas, I grouped the means of each trait for each gender. You can see that at the top. And I knew how to do this in SAS, but I just wanted to see how doing it in pandas could output the same thing. And then here at the bottom, you can see I also added a row which presented the total mean for each column. So in order to be able to visualize this data, I downloaded Tableau, and I created bar charts grouped by gender. So here's a vertical bar chart grouped by gender here on the top, gender. So like this is if they didn't answer the question: 0, 1 if they're male, 2 if they're female, and 3 if they put other. And then down here you can see these are all the different personality traits, and then the score out of 5 on the left here. And then here's a horizontal bar chart also grouped by gender. It's the same exact information, but it's just formatted differently. And as you can see from both these bar charts, it seems like women typically have a stronger feeling of warmth and sensitivity than men, but men typically have stronger rule consciousness than women. But other than these 3 areas, there doesn't seem to be a significant difference between men and women when it comes to personality traits, and that really makes me wonder like how true stereotypes about personality of different genders are, since the data states that there's not really much of a difference at all. And in the future, I'd say I hope that at least the other option on like quizzes and questionnaires would allow for manual user input so that we could analyze the data with more specific gender groupings than just men, women, and other, because that doesn't tell the whole other side of it. And overall, I'd say I'm not super surprised by the results, but I do think it's cool that there really isn't much of a difference between men and women when it comes to personality.